They said it wasn't going to happen. We all thought it was a myth. Apparently we're getting it. Snyder Cut's here. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen.
What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Will, and I am still taking a look at some of the trailers that have dropped thanks to DC Fandome, their all-access fan event where they got to show off all the new stuff that we're finally getting from the DC universe. It's not the DCEU or whatever. It's just DC movies. Let's just call it that. So, I will be taking a look at Zack Snyder's Justice League. That's right. The Snyder Cut is real. It happened. The fanboys, they got what they want. So, with some context, and I want to get this out of the way before I take a look at the trailer. This is going to be on HBO Max, so this isn't actually coming to movie theaters, and it's also not really... It's a movie, but they're treating it as a mini-series, apparently. It's going to be 4 installments of an hour each, so it's basically going to be a 4-hour movie. It's what he wanted to do from the get-go. As most of you should know, the original Justice League, I believe it came out in 2017, and that was originally directed by Zack Snyder. Unfortunately, he had to leave the project due to unfortunate circumstances that had to do with his family. So they brought in Joss Whedon to actually finish the movie. That was one of the first movies I actually reviewed, kind of. This was before I knew what the hell I was doing. It was okay. It was okay for what it was. You could tell it was two directors' visions being slammed together, and they didn't really mesh all that well, but I didn't hate it. I have not been the biggest fan of Zack Snyder's aesthetic over the course of the DC movies. I do like Man of Steel after revisiting it a few years ago before seeing Batman v Superman, and appreciated it a lot more than I did when it first came out. Same thing kind of with Batman vs Superman. I haven't seen it since I saw it theatrically, and I really wasn't a fan of some of the choices that were made in the movie, but I hear that the director's cut of that was actually more enjoyable or was better for the story than what we got theatrically. That's what I heard. I haven't seen it in a while. I will probably revisit that, especially before this drops. So I haven't been as big of a champion of his aesthetic, but I do appreciate the fact that the studio is allowing him to complete the vision that he wanted to make. So I do appreciate that, and if the studio is willing to give it a chance, especially with the streaming wars being so important nowadays, studios and streaming services are looking for those properties that you can really push. And Warner Brothers has HBO Max, so this is how you get people to subscribe to your network. I'm cautiously curious and optimistic that this will be what he wants it to be. Hopefully I enjoy it. I do enjoy the DC movies. Like I said, Wonder Woman's probably my favorite of most of the DC characters on screen right now. We did get announcements thanks to DC Fandome that they are moving forward with the Flash movie. It's going to be a Flashpoint movie. Ben Affleck is coming back to portray Batman in that movie, along with Michael Keaton, who's going to portray his Batman. It's basically going to be a Flashpoint movie with multiple different characters of different backgrounds from the multiverse of the DC universe. And so that's got me excited for a Flash movie. And Ezra Miller's Flash was a lot of fun in Justice League. How much of that will be in this version of Justice League, I don't know. But any of the reshoots that were done by Joss Whedon are not going to be a part of this. This is completely Zack Snyder's. So I'm going to check this out, and I'll give you my thoughts in just a minute. With that in mind, let's take a look at the fabled Snyder Cut of Justice League. Okay, so we got Darkseid and the death of Superman again. Okay. Okay. Black suit. I don't get the musical choice for this trailer, but okay. Alright, I will admit, he looks better. He definitely does look better in this version. Okay.
This guy's probably fought hundreds of thousands of other super beings on the other planets he's destroyed, right? And we have to assume he's won.
I don't care how many demons he's fought and how many hells. He's never fought us. Not us united.
2021. Alright, okay. Alright, so, I mean, it definitely looks like a true continuation of the aesthetic that was put forth by Man of Steel and BVS. It's something about Zack Snyder is filming in sepia tone and grayscale. I don't know. Anyway, I like a lot of the new scenes. We definitely see a lot of what he had in mind compared to what we got in the Justice League that was released theatrically. It's definitely not nearly as quippy as what we got theatrically, which is fine. It's the style of most DC movies, at least in Zack Snyder's vision. There's not a ton of quips or jokes. If anything, there's probably a lot of dry humor, which I'm totally cool with. But overall, what I saw was really good. I liked his design of Steppenwolf looks so much better than theatrically. I will say that flat out. It looks more menacing. It doesn't look campy. You know what I'm saying? Like it does look better. A lot of the stuff does look better. We're going to get more character development than we did in the theatrical version. We got to see some of the cut footage of Barry saving Iris when he was using his powers. We see much more Ray Fisher's take on Cyborg, some pre-Cyborg stuff, more stuff with his father, and then it looks like his father just got vaporized apparently. So we see a lot more that we didn't get before, and it has piqued my interest enough to probably subscribe to HBO Max to check this thing out. I get that I think that's supposed to be Darkseid when he's younger, because he's in place of what Steppenwolf was in that position. But I'm not sold on that design of it. I'm more curious about what his final design is going to be, because that's clearly when he's younger and much more of a warrior and on the battlefield type person, where I'm expecting the current day Darkseid is going to seem more in a position a la Thanos, where he's going to be a little bit thicker and probably not as head-to-head, boom, 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 boom. Overall, I'm curious. And it's a trailer, so it's hard to say. There's not really much you can do spoiler-wise. It's really more so what is in this that wasn't in the theatrical one. And that's what piques my interest. And maybe it's going to be placed better. There's probably going to be differences of how Superman is resurrected. We see him in the black suit primarily, not really in the red and blue. I guess he probably feels like he needs to re-earn that red and blue. So they'll probably keep him in the black suit. They definitely... It's definitely his vision. And at the end of the day, I'm more concerned that this is going to live up to the hype, because this is the mystic that they held high the unobtainable Snyder cut that everyone was clamoring for after they were disappointed by Justice League. I didn't think it was really going to happen. I'm not going to say I was clamoring for it. I just kind of thought it was one of those things that most people on the internet were complaining about because they didn't like what the other guy did. But we're getting it. It's here. So is it going to perform the way people want it to perform? I guess that's the real question. I like a lot of the new footage. I do. I really do. Everyone just seems sad. Everyone seems so sad, which is fine. Even Barry, I'm like, dude, you're the Flash, man. You should be quipping it up like crazy. Anyway, or maybe that's just the CW version. Anyway, I'm rambling here. It looks good. It looks very interesting. It's enough that I'm definitely considering getting HBO Max for that plus other things. I'm curious. I'm definitely curious. I'm more curious is this going to fulfill his vision? If it does, will this prove that his vision was the right path all along? That's what I'm curious about. And also I'm just curious to kind of see what he does with it. I mean, he's got a fresh mind on it. He's had time away from it. It's something he's wanted to complete, and, you know, luckily the studio is giving him the opportunity to it. So, Zack Snyder's Justice League. It's here. What did you think of it? Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on that. So thank you so much for watching, sharing, liking, subscribing, all that fun stuff. Almost at 200 subscribers. Please help me get there. Really appreciate it. I've got more of these coming up. There should be some on the channel. Check those out. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you later. Hey, thanks for watching this video. If you did like this video, why not give me a thumbs up and share it with your friends? You can subscribe to the channel by clicking on my gorgeous little face right over there. You can follow me on all the various social media platforms right below. And last but certainly not least, if you've got a few extra minutes, why not check out one of the lovely videos floating right over here. Later.